Here, we're here, and we're alive and well. How are you guys? Got that hair still sticking out up there. What can I say? It's trying. How you doing? It's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. It is Monday, February the 7th. Welcome to the final hour of trading here with your buddy Uncle Bruce on Stock Markets with Bruce, here. It is where we attempt to explain to you what's happening in plain English. I want to just say in plain English. Here in this condo in California, we've been having off and on spotty internet problems today, and it has affected the quality of the telecast from time to time. So I'm sorry. We were completely off for about 5-10 minutes when I was trying to load up this show, and then it came back, and now it's been fine for 20 minutes. So we're crossing our fingers, hoping it's for the best. So bear with us as we kind of hang in there. Nicholas is thumbs up number 31. Thank you, Nicholas, for the thumbs ups. And Mancat's number 32. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up button. If you can do that as soon as possible, give the show a little momentum. I would appreciate it. We're up 161 right now on the Dow Jones Index. This is near the high of the day, not necessarily the high, but very close to the high of the day. We were at 34,993 for the low, so 34,993. We're at 35,254, so we're 261 points off of the low of the day. The high of the day is about 40 points higher than this, not quite 40, 35 points higher than this. So that's how close we are to the high of the day at the moment. Now, on Friday, we had a good day going with an hour to go. As a matter of fact, I would say with about a half an hour to go, we were still shooting a 220-point gain for the day on Friday. And that was a recovery from Thursday's meltdown. But we ended up with a last 20-minute sell program that came in that just wiped out the Dow Jones. We ended up with a 20-point loss for the day on Friday. And no one said anything about it on the aftermarket shows because it's just normal practice where you get these algorithmic trades come through where the market will just run up like crazy. Like as I'm speaking to you, we're now up 184 points. Just I've been on the air not even 2 minutes, so we're up 189 now on the Dow. So we're surging again. These algorithmic buy orders come in, then a wave of sell orders come in. Hedge funds are playing games with the trades everywhere, and it's okay. So you can do that. You're allowed to manipulate markets by 30, 40, 50 points. This is not normal emotional trading. This is programmed, specifically targeted, aggressive, manipulative trades that, in theory, could be paying off major league bets, quote unquote, on the unregulated markets, the unregulated, the word will come to me, starts with a D, derivatives, starts with a D, derivatives. The unregulated derivatives market, which is trillions of dollars between all kinds of players, shenanigans and everything else. And you have a scenario where if the Dow Jones closes at a certain price at a certain time, payoffs must be made. And whether it's up or down or sideways, there is no way to regulate it, and there's no way to confirm it because it's unregulated and it's off the market and it's private transactions. The problem with it is that the reality of the transactions are that there are real buy and sell orders that come into the markets through computer trading in waves, like tsunami waves, and they move markets up and down dramatically, which affect innocent individual investors, ETFs, hedge funds, mutual funds, and everyone else. But no regulator is powerless. There's not a regulator that has any power to do anything about it because the industry, the global brokerage industry, is so powerful with regard to its politicians and regulators that they are the regulators. I mean, they really control. We're now up over 200 points. We love it when it goes up because our mind is programmed to think that good things happen when markets go up. We hate it when it goes down because in our psyche, we don't think about making money if the market goes down. So we're all just, don't mind me, I'm just going to plug in a lamp here. So we're all programmed for higher prices. And so when we see markets get manipulated higher, like 203 points right now, from what were we, 100 and something, 150 something when I started the show. We love it. But when you have a Dow Jones go from a 225 point gain after a 6 hour run up, 6 hours of going up, and then in 20 minutes, chopped off 100, 250 points, chopped off like that. That ain't normal, kids. That ain't mom and pop traders doing that. That is manipulated traders trading by the big boys. So you, as players of this market, have very few places you can go to be treated fairly. And this is just, again, my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. It's just my opinion. The one place where you can go to kind of be treated with the rules is where you play the clock, and that is writing options. You write options on stocks that expire every Friday, and the clock will end the game no matter what these manipulators try and do. Now, obviously, can a stock manipulating hedge fund move a stock up or down in the last 5 minutes of a contract's life on a Friday afternoon? Yes, they can. But can they affect the value of a contract over and above its book value? Not really. At the end of the day, the contract ends at book value. The key here is to write the contracts that are out of the money that depreciate over the last 2 to 3 weeks of life and score the shrinkage gain. Score on shrinkage. George Costanza could not score on shrinkage. He was a loser when it came to shrinkage. But that was a whole other matter in a whole other circumstance back in the 90s. Today, you can score on shrinkage and put money in your pocket. You may not attract. Well, that's not. I'm not even going to go there. You can just make money. Okay, I'll leave the rest of it to your imagination. You watch the episode yourself, all about shrinkage on YouTube for Seinfeld, and we'll leave it at that. Kent, hey Uncle Bruce on Goldman Sachs. Thumbs. What happens if I write against my 360 poor man covered call, and then the stock dips below 360 before I can buy back the call I wrote? Now, I'm not sure how the rules work with regard to each separate brokerage firm. Excuse me. My hunch is this: if you're writing a Goldman Sachs covered call, and the stock right now is at $370, my guess is you would be writing again. I'm assuming you haven't written one. Let me back up a minute. I'm assuming you have not written one. You're thinking of writing one. The stock is up to 370. It's up almost $3. You're thinking of writing a call. So if you were to write a call now for Friday, a 370 or 375 or whatever, or next Friday, the stock goes down to 360. The good news is the stock will have dropped $10, and you will probably be forced to buy back your call. You'll have to buy back the call that you've written because it's now a naked call. I'm assuming. And so the stock being $10 lower, you can't help but be up money. Maybe you're not buying it back at the low price that you want it at, but you haven't written it yet. Okay, fair enough. So I'm assuming you can write the call against the 360. If you write a 370 or 375 and it backs off $3 or $4, you can buy it back, no problem at all. If the shares go to 359, then you're going to have to buy that call back by the end of that day, I think. Now, my recommendation generally is, on a day like today with the stock a little bit higher, your call went up in value because you're in the money on your call, right? The 60. If you sold it and bought a 350 and then wrote against it, you've got a $20 cushion instead of 10. But that's your call to make. That's your decision to make. And the more in the money you are, the more comfortable you'll be with that in the money call that you're using to write a poor man covered call against it. Okay, fair enough. What else is going on? We're up 181 on the Dow right now as we fluctuate around like crazy. Mirko, Uncle Bruce, I sold 2 Goldman Sachs 370 expiring this Friday. This morning for 420. I bought them back for 472 and already sold them again for 420, and also sold and bought back at Gamestop 101 this Friday with a 260 profit. Bingo. This is how, in the smallest example, this is such an easy thing to do. This does not require $1 million of capital. It doesn't require hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. You can all day long do these kinds of trades. Sometimes you get multiple in a day. Sometimes it takes a couple of days just to do one trade. But the profits are there. Now, we're looking here at approximately, $1.50 profit per contract. That's 150 times 2. That's a $300 contract. Wrote the calls yet again, and I'm willing to buy them back at any time. Right now, the stock is 370.46. This is Goldman Sachs. This 420 contract that has just been resold by Mirko has a real value at the moment of 59 cents. The stock's 370.59. This thing is worth 59 cents. It's trading at 420. Why? Because it has until Friday before it expires. The difference between 59 cents and the 420 price is time. That will be evaporated and eviscerated with the clock. Every day, 20% of the value of this contract's time value shrinks because there are 5 trading days in a week. Each day is 20% of 100%. Friday afternoon, the contract has no time left. It'll only be worth its book value if the shares close at 370 or higher. If the shares do not close at 370 and close below that, this contract has a zero value on Friday afternoon. Friday morning might trade at 85 cents to $1.25 if it's out of the money. By Friday afternoon, it'll probably trade at about 40 cents. By the 20 minutes to go before the close, it'll be a nickel, if that. Likely scenario for Merco. Merco will have long ago bought this call back and made a couple of bucks and taken the money every time. If you can train yourself and discipline yourself like Merco has, where you write him for, say, 420, buy him back for the 270 range. He or she was thinking about a 270 price, but instead of putting in a nice round bid at 270, slipped in with a 272 buy offer. A bid at 270. That's a stink bid. That's 2 cents above the nice round number. Got filled first. It may have traded below 272. It may not have. It doesn't matter. You're out. You've locked in. Now, waiting for the stock to pull back, right again. Stock pulls back a little bit, and or we don't have a purchase opportunity this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, the stock sits right here, 370.50, whatever it is, backs off to 370.25. This call might be trading at 325 tomorrow because it's only got 4 days left to live. Today it has 5 days. Tomorrow it has 4 days. Wednesday it has 3 days. Each day the value of this contract will shrink as the time shrinks. It's beautiful. Just a beautiful job. Beautifully done, Merco. I'm proud of you. Nice going. Merco, Kent, I write against 360s as well. There you go. GameStop did spike a little bit. Got to 104 there for a moment. It's 103.70 right now. Kent, I got it, Bruce. I got it. I thank you. I now know what's going on. Not much of a spike, more of an undipping. We'll take that. Oh, however we want to describe it. GameStop 103.70. As I said this morning, the shares got to the 105 level this morning. That's all they had. That's all the GameStop could give us. This morning, people were writing 105 calls to expiring this Friday. If they were writing calls for next Friday, I was mentioning 110s might be the way to go. It's a 10-day time frame, but write a 110, which is $5 away from the market. And the shares did back off today to 98.77. There was an opportunity to buy those back for a profit. If you're greedy and you write a call for $5 and you want to buy it back for 50 cents, you're going to wait a long time because time will hold the value of that contract at $2 or $3, even if the stock backs off. But if you're practical and you go, you know what? I don't mind selling for $5 and buying for $3, or selling for $4.50 and buying for $2.50. You give me a couple of bucks, a couple $100 profit on these contracts. I'll write them, buy them back. I'll write them, I'll buy them back. I'll do this all week long. Instead of once from $5 to 50 cents, I'll do $2 flips every day. That's 200 a day. Give me 1,000 a week. What am I working for? Give me the ability to do 2 at a time, to do 2 at a time twice a day. Oh my gosh, you're making $600 a day. That's 3,000 a week. What are you working at a day job for? I have no idea. Anyway, there you go. Well done, Merco. I also sold and bought back a GameStop at 170 today. Right on. I sold and bought a GameStop on Friday 4 times for Goldman Sachs. 4 times Friday, 3 times 165, 1 times 370. Always 2 contracts. Each time $2 per contract. Roughly $14 on Friday with a small investment. $14 per contract profit. $1,400. That's called making a living. That's nice, nice, nice. It all adds up, and there you go. There it is, Merco, times 100, because a contract is 100 times. Beautiful job, Merco. Love it. You've nailed it. You're absolutely nailing it, and there are many of you who are doing this on my channel. You are figuring this out, and you're listening for me to give you some ideas from time to time. Every morning before we start our show at 8:30, I'm on before 8:30 Eastern time for Gold Bagel members right here. And I'm giving you the suggested trades you may want to take a look at to start the day off with. And away we go. And the more you do it, the more experienced you get, the more comfortable you get, the more relaxed you get. and the more tolerant of market swings you get, and you don't let it get to you. And you become a better trader, and better traders make money, baby, making money. Beautiful stuff. I love it. You don't make $1 million in a trade, but you don't lose $1 million either. And you get the swings going for you. And what's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. That's what's wrong with that. We're up 226 points on the Dow. I think we're kind of pushing around the high of the day here, within 10 points. So looking good. We'll keep an eye on this last hour. Obviously, 45 minutes to go. Rocket Lab is up 21 cents to 970. It's not the high of the day, but it is at 970. And we got SoFi at 1190. It's come back to being up a penny. GameStop up 39 cents to 102.72. Matterport down 19 cents to 820. ME up 31 cents to 506. We broke the $5 mark while I was off the air. Great to see it back over 5. Spire down 13 and a half, unfortunately. 275. It just couldn't hold a gain this morning, and it's just not yet ready to go to 3. ATIP just hanging around 3. It's at $3 and a half a penny, down a half a penny. Smart Rent is up 22, over $8 now, 8.16. Sextera up 8 cents to 11.52. AMC down 27 cents to 15.08. Robinhood down $1.02 at 14.16. It was over 15 this morning. Vanek Vectors 362 gain at 276. Home Depot down 75 cents. Not much to get excited about there or worry about. IBM is actually up 64 cents at 137.79, higher toward its high of the day. Microsoft down $1.48 at 304. Apple at 172.92, up 53 cents. Goldman now 370.98. Cisco 55.50, up 35 cents. Facebook is down 8.85. Meta Platforms, they call themselves now, down to 228. Amazon is up $51 to 32.04. Tesla's up 20 cents. Google is down $48. Bed Bath Beyond up 31 cents. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean having a crazy day, up $7 to 82.72. These guys just raised $1 billion doing a bond deal, junk bond. They're raising money to survive, and the stock's up $7. I cannot explain it. It is the weirdest thing. Anyway, there you go. Those are some of the stocks doing the most movement. And Uncle Bruce, Austin, all of the stock I own is down considerably. Isn't writing call contracts against pummeled stocks a bad idea? If you're down on an investment, let's say you bought, like just watching Mirko here and Kent talking. Kent is sitting on a $360 call option on Goldman Sachs. I believe Kent bought that call option, I'm guessing, when the stock was higher. I generally don't agree with the idea of having a call option within $10 of the price that you want to write at. But you can do this. You just have to be prepared for consequences if the shares back off below your strike price on your deep in the money call. But in any event, the deep in the money call, if I were to assume, just for example, that Kent bought that 360 call when the stock was 380, 390 a month or two ago. Kent has written time and time again call options against that 360 contract again and again and again, and has made money again and again and again. Brought in over $2,500 on this contract. The contract dropped in value because the stock did drop after the earnings came out and we had the January lousy month. Goldman was down to like 332 for a while. So for a while, this 360, was out of the money. Kent could not write any contracts against that contract. It was under its strike price. But here we are, a month later, 3 weeks later, stock has popped back up to 370. Kent is back in business. Kent can write contracts. And if Kent is bringing in $2 here, $1.50 here, $2.50 here, these add up, as you saw with Mirko on Friday. $14 of profits per share on contracts. That adds. That's in one day. Today, twice, 2 contracts that made 150 piece, $300. That's $3 a share today on just 100 shares. So this adds. This is money coming in. This is cash coming in. Now, what do you do with this cash? You could theoretically take your call, sell your call, and buy a lower priced call with the profits you've made with all the writing, and keep going down. As the shares fluctuate, and they always do, the longer you're in the game, you'll have shares fluctuate. Now, in the case of Austin, if Austin is down on say let's say he has some GameStop shares, just as an example, this is just hypothetical. If Austin bought GameStop at 180 and it's now trading at 102, then in theory, Austin is off $78 a share on his stock. What should he do? He should write contracts. You always write contracts, no matter where they are. You write contracts, and I'm assuming on stock over $20 a share, generally speaking. So if you can write a GameStop call today, like I was talking about this morning, you could have written a $100 call. I think it was $8, like the $750, $850 was the bid ask on the 100 this morning that expires this Friday. The $100 call right now with the stock at 102.36, the 100 right now is $695 to $750. So you could theoretically write this $100 call, which is in the money. I mean, it's $214 in the money. So there's only $5 and something cents premium on it. But that will be eviscerated between now and Friday if the stock's going to sit around 102. If you want to write a 105 contract, which is $270 out of the money, you can bring in right now about $450 to $515 a share. Well, if you write either of these contracts and you score a $3 gain by selling it at 7 and buying it at 4 or whatever these prices are, that is $3 towards the cost of your stock. Did you in one trade make back $80? No, you didn't. You made $3. You made back $3. Tomorrow, you may find yourself writing another contract because the stock pops to 104, 102.50, and you've got a midday dip, and you buy it back for $3 less again. You make another $3 on the stock. If at the end of the week you've done 4 or 5 of these $3 transactions, you score $12 to $15 in profit during the week against the cost of your stock. If you're doing this all the time, 20 trading days in a typical month is usually what we have, give or take with long weekends and so on. Look, if you can score $2 a day on your stock, that's $40 a month. Scoop $3, so it's $60. 3 months in, you scored $120 on your stock in cash. This covers a lot of sins. This covers a lot of damage. You're making it nickels and dimes. You are making it in small dollar increments, but that's what's being done. Now, this morning, we had a viewer write in to me. I believe it was Credit Savage who said that they had written $15 call options against SoFi. And the stock at the time was just over the $12 mark. I think this morning the stock on SoFi was as high as $12.40 for a while. They'd gotten 75 cents writing $15 call options on SoFi. SoFi now is $11.90. Has it fallen out of the bottom of the earth? No, it's just down 30, 40 cents from where it was this morning. It's still up a penny on the day. Could Credit Savage have bought back those calls already? Yeah, probably. Maybe scoop 20 cents a contract. Is that a lot of money? No, it's $20 a contract. But if you write 10 of them, it's $200. Now, if Credit Savage had the mind to say, if I could score a 20-cent profit on a flip, on a turnover, I'm going to write 10 contracts and I'm going to buy back 10 contracts. I'm going to write 10 contracts and I just want 20 cents. I don't need $2 moves on SoFi. I need 30, 40 cent moves on SoFi. If I can get that, I'm going to take 20-cent profits on these contracts. Leave everything else on the table. So if I sell them at 75, I buy them at 55. I sell them at 80, I buy them at 60. I sell them at 45, I buy them at 25. That's what I'm going to do. Now, the perfect contract for that might be, possibly, a contract that is a month out from now, a couple of dollars away from the price, out of the money. That might be the perfect price contract to work on. And here we go. Here, someone heard me. I'm doing exactly what Uncle Bruce is saying. My SoFi, Matterport, and Lucid have all gone down. I keep writing calls on the way up and on the way down. My morning calls are now down 25 cents times 2,000, which is $500. I got 20 contracts written. I'm up $500. That's exactly what he's doing. So there you go. This could be the trade. This could be the method. This may or may not work for you. Some of you out there just cannot live with yourselves. If you don't write a $10 contract, you want to buy it back at $1. You want to make the $9. You can do that. Certainly you can do that. You just have to write the right contract on the option chain. It might not be this Friday's. It might be next Friday's or the Friday after. It might be at the money or slightly out of the money. It all varies. And I've told you before that there are days where we have moves on our stocks that are sometimes a little overheated. And you might have a situation where GameStop goes to 118 a share, up $16 in one day, and the next day it just has no more gas in the tank to go any higher. And I've said to you, some of you folks, why don't you consider writing an in the money contract? Now, the reason you're doing it is that you're shorting the stock artificially. If you have 100 shares, you own them, and you're never going to sell them. You want to hold them forever. And I'm saying to you, look, it's at 118 a share, for example, and you think it might go to 110 because it came from 105, went to 118, it might go back to 110. Why don't you write a 110 contract? It's $8 in the money. Until this Friday, it'll have an $8 value plus probably another $4 premium. It'll be worth $12. You can sell it for $12. If the stock backs off to 112, it's down $6 from 118 to 112, intraday even, the contract is only worth $2 book value. It's not worth $8, it's worth $2 plus time. It might be trading at $6. Well, if you sold it at 12 and you buy it at 6, you scored a $6 gain. Now, guess what? Your stock went down in value too. Yeah, that's right. It did. It went down in value. But you insured it with this contract. And you took this cash deal. You bought that contract back, locked in the $6 gain. You've got the $600 in your account. You still got your stock. And you're sitting there crossing your arms waiting for it to make its next move. The next morning, it pops up to 115, 16, and that's all there's in it. Tops out. You're writing either a 116 call, a 120 call, or you're writing another 110 call. In the money again, expecting a pullback of a few dollars. And if you're happy scoring $2, $3, $4, $5 in profits, thank you very much. Every dollar is $100 in your pocket because it's $100 a contract. It's 100 shares per contract. And so at the end of the week, you add it up and go, I made $9 this week on GameStop. I made $9 in profit, writing calls and buying them back and writing calls and buying them back. I never wrote a contract to the end. I was only day trading these things. I was trading these on a short-term fuse. But instead of writing out of the money, $15 out of the money contracts that die this Friday, where you could only get $1.50 for them, and you buy them back at 60 cents, I'm suggesting you write a closer in contract, closer in, where you can get a larger premium and a larger drop on the volatility, especially if it's out of the money. If it's an in the money contract because the stock took a pop, good strategy. You can write the 110 against a 118 stock. You can write a 105 against a 118 stock. You can write a $100 contract against the 118 stock price, knowing that it's not going down to 100. It might go down to 110. But the point of it is that the $100 contract will get you the $18 book value plus 4 premium, which is $22. And you're sitting there with a stink bid well below that, just looking for a swing, a dip, a daytime dip of some kind. And the thing is, in your mind, you're going to go, if I can sell it at 22 and buy it back at 18, I make $4. But I'm not putting in an $18 stink bid. I'm putting in a $14 stink bid. Why? Because maybe when the stock has a bit of a dip, it'll drop a little further than we thought before it bounces a little bit back. And that contract will hit 14. I'll be bought back in. I'll get it. Now I went from 22 to 14. The stock was going nowhere near 100 a share, which is what the contract was. But the contract's value dropped because the stock dropped with it. This is where option writers make a ton of money with stink bids. A ton. Now, you could have written a 150 and bought it back at 80 cents. One contract, $70 profit. Or you could write one contract for 22 and buy it back at 14 and score $800. The percentage gain is identical. Up to you to decide if you want to do that or not. Just mention it. That's what we talk about. There you go. Let's see. Chris, so every other day I make 200 there, 150 there, 75 there, 160 there. In a week, it can be over $1,000. You shouldn't care about the price of the stock when you're doing options. Exactly. It doesn't matter what you paid for the contract, your stock at all, or your in the money contract. It's making money on the writing all the time. That's what it's all about. Ken says, yes, as of today, I'm up 983 on the whole transaction overall. It was my first poor man covered call. I consider it a learning experience. I still have a few months to write and make more. This is the first time Kent has ever done this. This is a brand new option writer that is now 2 months into the program. Even the rookies can make money doing this. Just think about after 6 months of doing this, how smart you're going to be, how comfortable you are, how relaxed you're going to be with this program. Check out my lessons on my website and watch them. Invest in yourself. $100 a class, 2 hours each. There's 11 of them. It's cheaper than any college program you're ever going to take. And there's results right here, instantly. Let's see. What else is going on? Even with the original GameStop Borman covered call down, I made money. Weird but true. It's a learning process. Thank you, Uncle B. You got it. Let's see. Credit Savage. With this tactic, I make capital and keep buying shares. So one, I am cost averaging down, and two, since I'm going to hold SoFi for 10 years, I am making out like a bandit. And if it goes up, I roll over. Yay! So what? There you go. Ben is saying, I have been doing the same on SoFi to reduce the loss. I sell covered calls short term for about 10 cents, sell for about 50 contracts at a time, able to make a few non-greedy dollars at a time. And this is true. You can, there's no rule saying you can't write options when they're under $20 a share. This is just a rule that I make about making some decent revenues. But with SoFi at 11.86, if you're going to write $15 calls against SoFi for a month out or a month and a bit out, you're going to get 50, 60, 70 cents, depending on the price of the stock, obviously. If the stock bumps up to 12, 50 to 13, you might get as much as 80 cents to a dollar. That means you're selling your stock at 15, 15, 80 in theory only. But by offering the contracts at 75, 80 cents each, the stock backs off during the day 40, 50 cents. And these contracts back off 30, 40 cents, and you've written 10 of them, there's $300, $400 that you've locked in. You take the dough, you buy some more stock with it, just, whatever $400 gets you. The stock pops up back to 12, 12.50. You write the contracts again. The stock backs off a little bit. You make another $300, $400, throw it at the stock again. You need $1,184 right now to buy 100 more shares. As soon as you bought another 100 shares, you're writing another contract. Now you have another contract on top of the contracts to roll with, and use that cash to buy more stock down here and keep piling them up. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And so when the shares do reach 14.50, you're not going to write 15s anymore. You're not going to go, okay, well, I'll write 17.50s now. Those I'm going to get $1 for, or 75 cents for, or whatever it is. That's how you're going to do it. And when the stock reaches at 16.50, 17, now you're going to start writing 20s. And by that time, you might have 500 more shares that you bought at 11, 12, 13, 14. There you go. Example, I took 4,000 in margin for 100 AMC at 40. It's down to 15. And writing calls still paid for 90% of itself, and I still own the stock. Way to go. Marco Kent, same here, but way up overall. I kept writing the whole time. I just had to stay above 360 with the short calls. There you go. Credit. What Uncle Bruce is saying right now is also true. Growth stocks are being attacked, and it's so nice I hold Lucid and AI as well. I have written contracts, even $10 in the money, and wait till they have a bad day, and I buy them back. There you go. There you go. For the people writing SoFi covered calls right now, what kind of strikes and premiums are you looking at? How far out? Well, we were talking this morning about 15s. Let me take a look at SoFi right now. I'll just pop it up. We're at 1184 right now. So we'll pop up SoFi here. The next contracts that are going to expire are February the 11th. So that's in 4 days. They're not going to have any value at all. Just to give you an idea, a $15 call is 2 to 3 cents. A $12 call, which is just out of the money, is 45 to 46 cents. I would not be writing just out of the money SoFis for this Friday. I'd be going down the road a bit. So if you go down to February the 18th, which is the next week Friday, You can write 15s for 8 to 9 cents. You can write 14s for 17 to 18 cents. You can write 13s for 36 to 38 cents. If you go another week out, which is February the 25th, the last Friday of this month, you can write 13s for 53, 54 cents. You can write 14s for 29 to 31. You can write 15s for 16, 17. Theoretically, if you wrote the 15s for 16 cents each, it's $16. I don't know if you get charged any commissions when you write them. But if you can write 10 of them, it's $160. And if you wait until the 25th of February, they'll die worthless. So you don't have to buy them back. Or if you put in a 1 penny buy order to buy them back, more power to you. As long as you're not getting nailed commission on top of that, maybe it's worth your while. But I would take a look at March. I'd go further out. So if you look at March 4th, we're looking at 40 to 41 cents for 15s. If you look at March 11s, they're going for 49 to 54 cents. If you're looking out to March 18s, you're looking at 61.62. March 25s are going at now 65.75 cents. So if you want to bring in some capital, you have to go further out, or you come closer in. It's a question of how comfortable are you. The stock's 11.82 right now. It's down 7 cents. If tomorrow morning the market has a good opening overall, and SoFi reaches 12.30, 12.40, 12.50, you might write mid-March contracts for closer to 80 cents. And you might be sitting there going, okay, I'm going to sell them at 80, 85. And if they come down to 51, I'm buying them back. I want to make 30 cents, $30 a contract. I got 10 of them. That's $300. Or you look for a 40-cent buyback or less. Or you write a $13.50, $14 contract for higher dollars, and you're looking for a buyback, somewhere in that 30, 40, 50 cent range quickly is if that's what you're after. Okay. Anti-PC says, Adam, I've been doing the same. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Michael says, I don't write anything on SoFi over a week. I'm afraid it'll pop anytime. Fair enough. Bobby says, I just can't seem to pull that trigger. Credit savage, I'm looking at March 18th at the 15s. And the reason is because there are 50,000 open interest contracts. There's a lot of volume. So let me go back to those March 18. March 18, 15s. Yeah, there we are. 52,604 contracts exist. There is huge liquidity. Right now, the market on these March 18th $15 calls is 61 to 62 cents. 1 penny spread. That's how many trade all the time. There's always buyers. There's always sellers. Easy in, easy out. If you got 5, 10, 15, 20 contracts you want to play, if you have 500 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, you can play 5, 10, 15, 20 contracts at a time with a bid and ask, with a 1 penny spread. There are no stink bids and stink offers between the spread because it's a 1 penny spread. Perfect. Easy in, easy out. But if you sell them at 61 and you put in a buy order at 41, you might get filled in one day. You might get filled the same day when the trade happens. You might not. All right. Alberto, I write covered calls daily and I pull profits daily on on Boeing, CNF, on SoFi, and all others. I'm buying leaps a year out. There you go. Credit Savage, March 18th has lots of contracts outstanding, Uncle Bruce. No way the hedges will let those 55,000 contracts close in the money that day. Got to use their own shenanigans against them. There you go. There's an interesting thought. That's an interesting strategy. One never knows. It is a most amazing business. Excuse me. NTPC says to Nicholas, this morning I sold a few February 25 WA 1450 strike for 66 cents each. I bought them back for 43 cents. Sold them at 66, bought them at 43. Kemp, Credit Savage, I only have 700 SoFi, but I think I may try writing on those. I saw your post about it this morning and thought about it all day. Adam says, Auntie says, thank you, Adam. Hallow Smith says to Bobby, here's the thing, Bobby. Try it with one contract. Let's say you've got 500 SoFi or 1,000 SoFi. Just write one contract. Put up 100 shares. Risk 100 shares of your stock to see how it goes. Just as a test, as an experiment. So you sell one March 18th call, $15 call for 61 cents or so. You put it out there and then just sit back and see if it backs off in the next couple of days, week. Stock has a quiet day, whatever. Or wait until SoFi has a little pops up to 12, 12.25, 12.45, and this contract reaches 75, 80, 83. Then write it and then sit back and go, okay, I sold it at 83, and if I can buy it back at 63, I'll buy it back, and you'll make $20. You got to try it to see if you like it. All right. What else is going on? Frumbler is saying, don't forget last week, SoFi had huge open interest, yet 120,000 worth of SoFi calls still expired worthless. Nicholas, interesting all. I've been waiting for a big pop back to the 1820, but maybe I should be taking advantage of more of these trades. Again, on Matterport, you can write 1250 contracts. On ME, you can write 750 contracts. I mean, they're out of the money. You want to be out of the money, maybe 2 weeks to 4 weeks out, something like that. Rocket Lab is $9.57 a share. Look at writing 1250 contracts. Don't write 10s, write 1250s. Something like that. Writing against DKNG to scratch that itch. It's the SoFi pop that scares me off. Plus, I spent red money on the new year. Most interested in paying off that as well. D.H. Ruda. Uncle Bruce, is there any rhyme or reason to when quarterly financials are released? I noticed competitors seem to release close together. Example, Coke, Pepsi, the same day. That's a good question. I don't think so. I'm not... I really am not aware of any kind of a protocol to this. Austin, I'm just thinking I'm so unlucky that if I write calls on SoFi, that'll go up dramatically and everyone will be happy. Well, if you have 1,000 shares and you write one call for 100 and it goes to the moon, you got 900 winners and one loser. Nick is in the house from Blythe. Buddy, how you doing? Number 136 is in the house. Nice to see you, Nick. Take one for the team, says Austin. Take one for the team. And Adventures Duncan is clapping for you, Austin. What can I say? And like Credit Savage says, if he writes a 75-cent contract, a $15 contract for 75 cents, and the stock takes off, good old SoFi finally decides now is the time. Since Austin wrote, I'm going to do this. If the shares go to $17 in a couple of days, your calls are worth $2 each. Your stock is worth $17. You can buy your calls back up at maybe $2.50 a piece. Turn around now and start writing $20 calls against your stock. And you'll write $20 calls for the month further out. You'll probably bring in $3 for those, which is more than what you just paid to get the seven, these calls back. and you've raised your strike price, your exercise price to 20. You haven't lost a thing. You're still in the game, and you can roll again if you have to. Anyway, there you have it. Here, Adam is saying one thing to consider when wanting to write cover calls, though. First thing, find out if your trading platform is allowing you to do 1 cent changes in the strike price, in the option prices you want to sell for or buy at. Some only allow 5-cent price changes. So be careful not to get caught where a broker will only let you, say, buy a contract for either 5 cents or 10 cents, but not 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. That can cost you. Okay, so be careful for that. Nick, Uncle Bruce is snapping a good idea. I mean, it is a good idea to get into Snap at 38. Is it 38.31? Is a good idea to get into Snap there at that price. I honestly don't know, my friend. I'm not a Snap expert. I don't know the company well. I know of them. It's like you ever heard of Wayne Gretzky? I've heard of him. Do you know anything about him? No, but I've heard of him. Well, that's like Snap. I know I've heard of it, but I know nothing of it. It had a good day the other day. That's all I know. Yeah. Dr. Walter, good evening. I've spent all my spare time reading about the GameStop NFT platform. It's going to be huge. Providing digital ownership of games and in-games, wow, very little cost, huge margins. I think you're right. I think that GameStop is entering an area of massive marginability, massive profitability. You lay out the dough now to get your programmers in there, to get everything all set up. You spend the money to make them do this stuff, and the cash flow will come. And as the sales come, the profits on them are huge. and it just pays for these guys in no time because this business never stops. It grows, it grows, it grows. I agree, Doctor. I think you're right. Anyway, there you have it. Here, Michael's saying just try and do 10. I'm saying do 1. Mike says do 10. No, it's not. It's not my hometown, Bruce. Blythe is not my hometown. No, you are in Blythe temporarily at the moment. Got it. no one is here. GameStop, $100 a steal. Exactly. With what we know and what we expect could be coming, yeah, could well be a steal. Look at the Dow. Look at the Dow Jones right now. I came on the air. It was up 140.50, went up 200 something. It's now down 2/3 of a point. Look at that Dow. Look at that. You tell me this is all natural trading? I don't think so. The S&P's down 13. NASDAQ down 65. You look at the sharp drop on the Dow 2 days in a row. Friday night and now here. But there's still 15 minutes to go. We're not done yet. This sell program may have started too early. I don't know for sure if there'll be an upsurge or what, but look at that crazy market. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. Anti-PC, I might as well. Nicholas, while we're waiting, by the way, I have over 1,200 shares of SOFA. I just do a few at a time in case it goes up. I'll be able to get a better premium. There you go. Because you sell some here, stock wants to take off, you sell at a higher premium for some more. Wants to keep going, you sell some more at a higher premium yet again. Yep, absolutely. That's how you do it. Anyway, there you go. Lots to watch for here. We're going to have fun. Volume on SoFi today is 33 million. Very quiet today. That's not heavy volume, is it? Nope. Down 14 cents right now, 11.75. I noticed Matterport is at 14 million. Earlier today, Matterport had more volume than SoFi. It's not the case now, but it was earlier. Matterport 7.98, down 39 cents. Unbelievable. Anyway. Yeah, I remember seeing Robinhood commercials everywhere. They need to do that kind of campaign. This is what Michael's thinking about SoFi, what it should be doing. The Dow now is up 3.5 points, 3.5 points. Rocket Lab up 7 cents. SoFi down 14. GameStop off 13 cents. Matterport down 39 cents. ME down 19.5 cents. Spire down 15 cents. ATIP down 3.5. SmartRent up 13 to 807. Sextera down 14. AMC down 46 cents. Robinhood down $1.30. Vanik up 40 cents. Home Depot up down 3.59. Now IBM is off 2 pennies. Microsoft down 4.28. Apple down 81 cents. Goldman Sachs up 73 cents to 3.68. It's backing up from that 371 range. It's now 3.68. So its contracts are coming down again. Here we go. Cisco down a penny, Facebook down 10.50, Amazon up 14.45, Tesla down $12, Google down $74. Bed Bath and Beyond up 15 cents, BlackBerry down a dime, Royal Caribbean up 6.33 at the moment, Costco down 3.80, Walmart down 1.29, Nvidia up 4.29, Netflix down 8.34, Moderna down 2.44. So there you go. That's what's going on. Are these sells programs or liquidations? Could be a combination of, but I think they're programs myself. We're up 11 points on the Dow right now. Only 11, but we are up 11. Let's see. Bama Babe says, I don't have time to chat. I'm too busy writing covered calls and putting in stink bids to buy them back. Is what we do here. That is what we do here. We sell calls, we buy them back, we make money. Carol, Uncle Bruce, it was my first time during the Poor Man covered call today, says Carol, on Apple. I sold 4 calls for $1.50 and I bought them back for 60 cents. I made $360. That's right. 90 cents a contract, $90 each times 4. $360 on a Monday. Congratulations, Carol, on making $360 today on good old Apple, the most valuable company in the world. And even small investors can make money like that. Isn't that beautiful? Way to go, Carol. Now, if you could do that every day of the month, 20 days in the month, that's $7,200 a month. That's the pace that you're on if you can maintain that. Doesn't happen every day, but you know what? This is pretty good. I like this. Well done. Awesome, Carol says dropped. Alberto, nice work, Carol. It is doable, kids. It's doable on many, many, many stocks. And this is not Carol writing a $15 call and buying it back for 50 cents in one day. This is selling at $1.50 and buying at 60. Hello. Nicely done. I love it. I'm loving this. Fantastic, you guys. The Dow now is down 11 points. We're negative again. The S&P's down 17. NASDAQ down 76. Computer trading everywhere. Carol took advantage of the sell program. Stock was up a little bit this morning. She wrote a call, 4 calls. The afternoon, we've had some sell programs come through. Carol just made $360. Thank you, algorithmic sellers. Carol is $360 richer because of you morons. Way to go, Carol. I love it. I love it. My head hurts, says Carol. My head hurts. Oh, man. Well done, Carol. I love it. That is fantastic. Yeah. The Dow was down 11 points a moment ago. It's up 32. You think these are algorithmic programs coming in? I think so. 10 minutes to go in the day. Guess what Carol's going to do in the morning tomorrow? Carol's going to be rubbing her hands going, what do I trade now? What is Uncle Bruce going to tell me to do tomorrow morning? Because as a gold member, which I believe Carol is, as a gold member, Carol wants to know, Bruce, tell me what to do. What do you think? Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. Yes, Carol says to Alberto, I was nervous, but I did it. And there you go. There you just pull the trigger, do it, give it a shot. Nicely done. You are the casino, Carol. You are the casino. The slot players on your casino floor, somebody on your casino floor lost $360, and it's in your pocket now. Way to go. That casino player has to fly home to Denver now. They got to go back to work tomorrow. So you get to keep that money. Beautiful job. Nicely done. That's awesome stuff. That is awesome stuff. 90 cents a share. That's all that is. 90 cents a share on a swing on this contract. The stock must have moved $1.50 for Carol to pull off 90 cents. That's all it was. Yes, yes, that morning alert it worked very nicely. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. There you go. There you go. Costs you $25 a month to be a Gold Bagel member. That's one out of the 20 trading days in a month. Costs you $1.25 a day, Monday to Friday. The weekends are free. Alberto says, until my one-on-one with Uncle Bruce, I was always in the red. Carol, I write every day because of the short of my uncle, my short uncle, my 4'8" uncle. Love it, guys. I'm just so proud of you guys. It's just sweet. It just music to my ears. I love seeing this. Adventures of Duncan Matterport taking a dip at the end, down 62% the last 3 months. Yep. Alberto's laughing out loud, loving it. What can I say, kids? We're trying to make money. Matterport down 36 cents today, 802. ME still holding a 20-cent gain at 495.5. It did break 5 today, which was nice to see. The Dow is now off 55 points. You think there's another sell program coming in right now? You think? Rocket Lab up 3, SoFi down 21 to 1168. Anybody writing those $15 calls looking pretty good now. GameStop down 34 cents at 102. Matterport $8, ME at 495. Spire down 15 cents. ATIP down 4.5. SmartRent up 9. Sextero down a dime. We've got IBM off 7 cents. Microsoft down 5.46. Apple down 111 to 171.28. Goldman down 28 cents to 367.32. They hit a high today of 371.47. I think about 45 minutes ago. That was the high today on those Goldman Sachs shares. Carol, Uncle Bruce is the best professor. Thank you. Hector, yes, the morning dip was profitable. Rode again, says Hector. Anti-SoFi jamming down now. Might want to buy back a few covered calls. Drops. Tio means uncle in Spanish, Uncle B. I know it. The motto is AWS, always be writing. If you keep waiting for the pop, you can be waiting a while. Nothing wrong with that. But I rather wait for a pop and make money for letting people borrow my shares. Exactly. Always be writing. Always write. Always, always, always be writing. Yes, always. There you go. Way to go, guys. That's the motto to live by. Just keep writing and writing and writing and scoring, scoring, and scoring. It's being handed to you by the option traders. Boy, they've got limitless pockets. There's just tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars a day trading in the options market. Take a couple of bucks every day for yourself. Yeah. Pay some bills. Build your portfolio, build your retirement, live on it, do what you got to do. There you go. Credit Savage. Then when the stock goes down or time passes, I break their hearts by buying my contracts back. Time is on my side and selling out of the money. Shrinkage, baby. That's what it's all about. Shrinkage. Exactly. Well, keep writing unless the stock is at the low of the day. Then wait a few. Laugh out loud. DM just grabbed some Peloton puts for Friday. Betting that rumor is nonsense and the Tuesday earnings will dump it. Interesting. Triple G, Matterport is cheaper than SmartRent. Unbelievable. Michael, there we go. Already bought back the Apple calls I wrote today. Nice, nice, nice. Michael, stink bid hit. Beautiful. Just beautiful. There it was. Yeah, we were talking about that this morning. I was talking about writing 175s for today or 180 or 85s for next week, Friday. And Rocket and Apple has come in already today. Has already made people money on stink bids. Sweet job. Love this. We're down 85 on the Dow with 4 minutes to go. I don't know if there'll be a recovery in the next 4 minutes. There could be. A computer program by program could run it up $100 in 4 minutes. But I don't know if there will be one. Don't know if there'll be one. But we're doing the same thing as Friday. The last half hour, we got attacked again. And it's artificial. So welcome to the crazy manipulated world of the markets. Put your options in there, make money. There you go. What else is going on? I don't know what this means. Carol, call SoFi call for a strike. 2.5 for 945, 421 2023. No. Oh, I see what you're. No, I would not touch that. No, avoid that, Carol. Stay away from that. Yeah, here we go. Michael, I sold my Apple calls for 148 each. I bought them back for 48 cents. Thank you very much. Not a bad return in a one-day trade. That's a good percentage there. Nice stink bids too. I love that 148 sell price instead of 150, and a 48 cent buyback price instead of 45. Bought them back at 48. Oh, I love that. That is beautiful, Michael. Alexander, my Microsoft stink bid on the calls I wrote on Friday hit. I'm just loving writing weeklies on Microsoft these days. Right on, Alexander. Way to go, buddy. Making the money. That's what it's about, buddy. The stink bids are your friend. They are your friend. Stink offers and stink bids can pay very nicely. You got to love that, kids. You got to love that. That's fantastic. That's beautiful. We're down to 3 minutes. The Dow's down 35 points. We've come back 50 in a minute. So, I mean, we could be up. We could be up today on the Dow. We're down 35, but I don't know if there's a program that's coming in at that powerful. But we've gone from 84 points to negative 35. There you go. See what happened. 2 minutes to go. Okay. What a day. What another interesting day. It's interesting to see who responds to my comments about how they're writing and buying back and writing and buying back. It's the same people every time. I love it. And newbies, more newbies coming in. It's fabulous. I'm just so proud of you guys. If any of you want to have a one-on-one chat with me to talk about this, you would rather talk to me in person to just have that, uninterrupted 1 hour where we can just go over these strategies together. I'm more than happy to do this. I offer one-on-ones on Saturdays and Sundays because Monday to Friday I'm here. And so if you're interested in seeing me on a Saturday morning at 10 Eastern time, or 12 noon Eastern time, or 2 in the afternoon Eastern time on Saturdays, or the same on Sundays, just let me know. Send me a private email and just say, Bruce, I'd like to have a one-on-one with you. The cost is 400 American dollars. For 1 hour, it's 400 US. There are folks here making more than that in one day trading on these contracts. So this shouldn't deter you. If that number deters you, you don't want to do option writing. Because you can't be seriously interested in option writing if 400 US intimidates you. I will help you get over how to learn it, how to get it through your mind, how to think about it, and I'll help you try to identify when to write, how far out of the money you should write, depending on how long the contract lives for, and so on. And we'll go over some actual examples together. Again, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about with your investments and your situation, whatever whatever advice you want. Happy to do that too, but up to you. If you'd like to have a one-on-one with me, send me a private email, brucefarmert@hotmail.com. It should be down below, and we'll set you up for a one-on-one. Okay. I already know this Sunday, 2 o'clock is gone. I think a Sunday at 2 is gone. But Saturday, 10, noon, and 2 is available. Sunday, 10 and noon, I think is available. Anyway, send me a note and I'll let you know, and we'll see what we'll set you up, and we'll get together and have a chat, and try to help you become one of these folks here, become a trader to make money in these markets just on fluctuations. I mean, the Dow is up 1 point, by the way. I said it could be up 1 point. I told you it could be up. It's showing a 1 point gain right now. It is showing a 1 point gain. We were down 84 points 4 minutes ago, so maybe that's it. Larry has rung the bells. We are done. And it does show 1 point. I don't know if that's the final official number, but it took a run here at the end. Interesting stuff. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Larry, for that. Appreciate it. Okay. There you go. And now there's someone here, Austin, is saying, is everybody here a winner? I never see comments about losers. There are winners and losers. I have viewers of mine that have made money. I have viewers of mine that are losing money. I have viewers of mine that are making and losing money depending on different investments they have at the same time. If you're a shareholder of some of the SPACs we've been following, we're down. We're down on all of them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I think the only one we could possibly all be up on, maybe majority could be Cyxtera, but I don't even know about that one, because that one was around $10 and stayed at 10 for the longest time. It's $11.32. But SmartRent is $7.99, ATIP is $2.96, Spire is $2.75, Emmy is $4.93, Matterport's $8.01. SoFi is $11.72, Rocket Lab's $9.57, and I think every single viewer of mine has got to be down on most of these unless they were able to average down lower than where they're trading at right now. Agreed with that? But we're all long-termers. We're not selling out. We're not giving it up. We're not giving them away. We're holding on to them. A vast majority of these viewers of this channel buy these SPACs, these former SPACs, and we're not selling them. We're waiting them out. Earnings are coming up for all of them. Progress reports are coming up for all of them. And a bunch of these guys have a bunch of money in their bank accounts. They're going to be on a buying spree. So we're not going anywhere. All right. What can I say? Let's see. Here we go. GW. I'm technically a loser holding GameStop long term, but I'm a winner on the profits I've made writing calls on this stuff. There you go. First year was 20% last year at minus 70 after I hit 100%. I'm losing big, but only if you sell. I'm not giving them up. Valentine's Day weekend, Uncle Bruce, no can do. Gotcha. Well, for some of you, you have all the time in the world on Valentine's Day. So if you want to get together, you let me know. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Cindy B says, I have lost. My trades went upside down. My long on Goldman Sachs dropped, and I never really recovered. But you win some and you lose some. Scott, might get lost behind the bells, but even though I've been exercised on SoFi and GameStop, I have writing cash secured puts to buy back in. I'm still making money, and I owe that to Bruce. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Right on. Michael Austin, well, I got lucky on calls, bought on Spire, SoFi, Spire, Rocket Lab, Matterport. I'm done buying calls, by the way, on covered calls. On covered calls, I'm close to 30 grand. DQ, I made some trades, but went way sideways, and I'm trying to dig out of. Austin Credit says, what your definition of winning is. If you mean stocks are up, no, because not many stocks are down. But if you are mean making money, we're making money, and that's the name of the game here. Cindy, DQ, I think you bought Goldman Sachs the same time I did, waited for the stock to go up, and it never really covered in time. Hello, just keep writing, writing and writing, just keep writing. That's exactly the motto. Just keep writing. That's where you win. At the end, you just win, 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 win. Let's see. I'm down 18%, says Ben, but learning to write covered calls has medicated my losses. I would assume I would have been down 50% by now, if not. Aurora, I'm waiting it out. Not giving up on the former SPACs. I'm writing GameStop and try to average down on what I have. Carol, I lost money on some calls on SoFi ME last month, but I'm not going to lie. I'm also making money on writing calls, and today is my first poor man covered call. And Carol sees the other side now. So here we go. Sean and Wendy, our one-on-one with Uncle Bruce pays for itself every day. Plan to have another one soon, but Sean is super busy with our tax business, and we will be traveling soon. Thanks, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Talk to you soon. You got it. And buying puts, says Carol. Making money buying puts. Lobo Blast, bagels and covered calls with Uncle Bruce in plain English 2022 edition. There you go. I am waiting it out, says Aurora. I'm not giving up on the former SPACs, writing GameStop and trying to average down on what I have. Drops. My late wife and I were married on Valentine's Day. 5 years later, she realized I wanted to get married on that day, so I couldn't forget our anniversary. Laughing out loud. That's beautiful. DQ, Cindy B. Yeah, I've lost a lot on long calls. Bama Babe, I do not believe I have ever lost money on writing covered calls. Sometimes I broke even, and once my stocks were exercised, I just bought shares of the stock back when the price dipped, and away we go. Spirit, I think I will have luck again with Take-Two earnings after Amazon. DQ, I'm down at least one Model 3. Hector, Uncle Bruce, the former SPACs are all losers for me. Matterport and SoFi saw me write calls briefly. GameStop is down drastically. I write covered call options and support a large family. The credit average, if we loved our stocks at 24 and 25, we adore it with a passion at 10 or 8, since we're holding for 5 years or more. 10,000 shares at 12 is better than 5,000 at 24 average. We're using that money to DCA, drop our cost average. Let's see. Yep, here we go. I'm down on the SPACs, but I'm using these discounts to fortify the long arsenal. Uncle Bruce, have you already found a place with a view where you can go with Jen and a coffee like you had in Creston? Not exactly, but kind of. I'll explain it this way. There's a lookout overlooking part of the valley about 5-6 miles from here. And you go up what we call Monterey Avenue, and it turns into Highway 74, which is nicknamed the Palm to Pine Highway. And just out of Palm Desert, you go up, and then it's a windy, mountainy, twisty road around and around, and then you get up to about 4,000 feet, and there's a lookout. There's a parking lot all looked after with garbage cans and everything, and there you can look out over the valley, and it's beautiful. And we were there day before yesterday. I'm up there usually about every second week for a peek. I love it up there. I bring my binoculars and I take a look. And of course, since winter here at 70, I love getting out of the car and looking around. Where in Creston, we would be at our little place to look out, and we'd stay in the car because it's cold. DQ says, I'm very good at writing calls at the wrong time. Michael says, the bad part about covered calls is that they moved me up a tax bracket. Let's see. Let's go. All right, I'm out today. I have a good night, y'all. And by the way, Uncle Bruce, have you heard of demonstrations in Calgary? I hope I was not mad at with the convoy. There are demonstrations in Canada all over the place right now. These anti-vaxxers are going bonkers. Cindy, remember the good old days when we were all rolling Matterport $30 calls? I know. Days will come back, I hope. Alexander Austin, I'm down a lot on long stocks, up on a few, and realized gains on a few. But my call option writing is going well, even when they're not. Since, by experience, I replace book value for more theta, and I win. Let's go here. Is it better to watch the videos before having a one-on-one? Some people say yes, and some people say no. I had a one-on-one this past weekend, where the individual has never written a call. They've never watched a class, but they've been watching me for a long time. And it went very well. we went very slowly, and the good news about the one-on-one is I record it, and then I give you a recording of our one-on-one, so you can watch the one-on-one again and again and again. So you don't have to take notes while we're talking to each other. You could just go through it with me, and then you can watch the show a second time, a third time, whatever you want. But at the end of the one-on-one, my friend at the end said, "Oh man, I'm really glad I hired you for this 1 hour. This is so motivating and it is so reassuring, and we covered a lot of ground because it's just us. You're not looking at the markets, you're not looking at any quotes, you're not talking to anybody else. It's just us." And so we were able to go over a lot. Now what's happening is the individual is now going to start watching the classes. So this will reaffirm and show many different examples of what we talk about here all the time in a class setting. And do not be surprised if I won't be surprised when I start getting messages, likely privately, that I'm writing now. I'll be looking for that. Okay. Alberto says to me, "Uncle, I really enjoyed the debate you and Jen had today." Well, we just love having these chats, and we go back and forth about it, and we kind of we'll bring up point counterpoint, and we love challenging each other about this, rather than having a boring watching TV together and just getting old and tired. I mean, that's why do that. Clay, Michael, jumping up a tax bracket isn't bad. You're just paying slightly higher taxes on the money above the bracket. You're taxed 20% above 40,000. You're making 41 grand. You're only paying 20% on the 1,000. So yeah. Kent is saying, "Oh yeah, haven't been up there in years. It was teenage. It used to be a teenage makeout spot. It still is, but in the evening. I don't go up there in the evening." I was going to say I don't know any teenagers to take with me. No, I'm not going to say that. Jen and I are not interested in making out on Lookout Point either. So I'm quite happy going in the middle of the daytime and taking the binoculars and getting a phenomenal view. And all the way to the east, you see the Salton Sea. And then all the way to the north and then somewhat to the west. It's beautiful. It's really fantastic. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure. I don't know if I have any photos that I can show you or not. I don't even know. I honestly don't know if I took any up there in the last while. Let's see. Let's see, what do we have here? No. It's New Year's Day. Oh my gosh. You think I can make that stop when I want it to stop? Can't. I thought I had taken some photos up at the top there a while ago, but maybe I don't. I just take it for granted. Yeah, here's actually a video of the area there. I hope you can see that okay. This is a zooming in of Bighorn, the Golf and Country Club, and you see the homes throughout the fairways. Now I'm zooming back out. Now I'm zooming in on another golf course that happens to have some very big houses. The houses in this area here are 2-3 million each and up. Then there's the rest of the valley there. That's looking north, and there's Palm Desert, California, right there, and that's the end of the video. That's just a partial view, just a partial of what you see up there. It is spectacular, absolutely phenomenal, and I love it. I love it. But if you ever take a look at YouTube videos, just go to type in Palm Desert view, valley view, Palm Desert. You'll probably see people who've taken videos like this and posted it. You'll see it for yourself. Some of them might be professional with real camera work. It's just my phone. DQ is saying, "Austin, yeah, my day job has started making it difficult to watch the option market lately, to watch the market." Andy says to Peter, "I would think so. Classes first before you talk to him." And Splair is saying, "Some of those anti-vax people are really crazy, but I can understand the idea. It's far more comfortable to hold the line for a longer time." It's wacky. Let's see. What else is going on. Let's see. Is the recording of the one-on-one new? Do you have our one-on-one recorded? I guess not. Otherwise, could you send it to me, please? Send me a private email. Send me a private. If I have it, I'll send it. If I don't have it, I'll let you know. They last a while and then they disappear. It was in the summer of last year, so I don't know, Mirko. I may not have it anymore, but let me know. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, today is car switch out day. We take the Model Y back and we bring back the black Model 3 for 4 days, and then we switch that out on Friday for a red, no, a blue Model Y. So got two Teslas this week. Oh my gosh, crazy, crazy. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on? Um, mm, 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 mm. People talking about the new conservative leader in Canada that now has been well, or is now being chosen. The existing conservative leader was kicked out, was voted out, and see, in Canada, the politicians have guts. They don't like their leader, they get rid of him. In the United States, the Republicans, they don't like their leader, they haven't got the guts to get rid of this guy. They're afraid of somebody else. Canada, they're not afraid of anybody. You're out of here. We members vote you out. We'll vote our next one in because they weren't agreeing with this guy. But it's different. It's not personal. It's just business. It's okay. um, what's your position, Uncle Bruce, on a buy right in the money weekly call to enter into a position? Into a buy right. I don't quite understand this question, so I can't answer it. Let's see. Oh, yes, we do. That's why we voted for President Trump. Oh, yeah, he's great. Apparently, a lot of Scotch tape is being used in the White House when he was president to put the records back together for archiving purposes. Apparently, a lot of documents were ripped in half and burned. Why would that be? Were they that good? Was there something wrong with the documents? I wonder about that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, people are just talking about other stuff. Anyway, don't want to talk politics, but it comes up once in a while, doesn't it? Folks, we're done for the day, and I'm noticing the I believe that the Dow did end up with a gain after all, 1.39 points. See, not bad. Oh, here we go. Buy right is a simultaneous buying of 100 shares and you sell a call. There's nothing wrong with that strategy. It's a strategy that for some people they like to use, where you buy 100 shares of whatever GameStop, and then you immediately write a call against it. You can write a call at the price you paid for the stock if you want. Let's suppose you bought the stock at $105 a share, and you immediately write a 105 call against the stock for 2 weeks. You bring in $6. The stock doesn't do anything. Let's suppose the call goes to zero. You made $6 on a $105 investment. What do you do now? You can write another call, or you can just keep writing calls. I mean, you can write this $6 call, buy it back at $4, write another one, buy it back. Right? You can do that. Up to you. I mean, it all depends on what your game plan is. Yeah, here you go. DQ says, I've done a buy right, but really you'll do better by doing a buy with a stink bid and then right with a stink offer. Exactly. So if you're trying to buy GameStop at say 105 and it's trading 106, you put in a buy order at 105.01. Okay, 105.01. And the stock drips back and it's heading to 105, but there's like 25 buyers at 105, but you're at 105.01. You're going to get filled first before anybody at 105. You get your stock and it trades at 105 or not, you don't care anymore. Now you want to write an option against the stock. Well, you see a 110 option for 2 weeks out and you can get $4 for it. The market is, say, 375 to 425. Well, you could hit the bid at 375, or you could put a sell order in at whatever price you want. Now, the cheapest seller is 425. Why don't you put in a sell order at 420? And if you get filled at 420, you're better off than having taken 375 for that same contract. You got 45 cents more, $45 more for that contract. And that's called a stink offer. Yeah. Now you're trying to buy that contract back at maybe $2, put in a buyer at 201 and try to buy that call back at 201, not at $2, but at 201. 1 penny ahead of all the others. Stay at odd numbers on the sell and the buy. Okay. There you go. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff going on back in Canada, which I don't want to talk about. I don't want to go back to Canada. I don't want anything to do with it right now. I want to stay in the warm weather here, hang out down here and enjoy the palm trees and the hot tub and In-N-Out Burger. And oh, I love it down here. I don't want to go back out there. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, the platform buy right tools don't really let you tune the stink enough. I agree. You have to do these transactions separately. So if you're thinking about buying stock to write a contract against it, you buy the stock first as a separate transaction, get that done, then sell the contract against it as a separate transaction, stink offer, get that done one at a time. You take charge of it, you take control of it, and you'll be rewarded. The lower price on the buy of the stock because you were picky on the buy side, the picky sell price, and the picky buy on the contract when you buy it back, and then the sticky price when you sell the next contract, and the stinky price on the way back. You are the one in control. That's how you get paid the big bucks. That's your job, you know. If you're quitting your day job and you want to write covered calls for a job, this is your job. You've got to get the best fill on the sell and the best fill on the buy. That's your job. There you go. Fantastic. Once you start doing 50 calls at a time and you score $1 more on the sell side on 50 calls, there's $5,000 in your pocket that didn't go to somebody else. And then when you buy them back $1 less than what you could have bought them for, there's $5,000 you didn't spend to get them back. There's $10,000 in a flip. That justifies your existence behind your little desk there. Yeah, I'd say so. Anyway, there it is. What can I say? How many thumbs ups have we got today? 189 on this show. 189. If any of you out there can find a way to help us get to 200 thumbs ups, I would love that a lot. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up. We're at 191 now, 9 to go. Let's get to 200. It's a nice round number. I mean, what the hey? There's 173 now. They're coming in. Thank you, everybody, for helping us out. And let's hope for 200 and beyond, because that's pretty cool. There it is, 202. I just ask, I beg, and you deliver. Thank you guys so much. 203 now are the thumbs up counts. Thanks, guys. On the aftermarket right now, I'm showing Rocket Lab at 953, down 4 cents. I'm showing SoFi at 1173, up a penny. I've got GameStop at 103.90, up $1.56. Yay! Go, GameStop, go. Matterport is 804, up 3 cents. ME 490, down 3 cents. Spire is 270, down a nickel. ATIP 296 unchanged. SmartRent 805 unchanged. Sextera $11, down 32 cents. A little dip there. I don't know how serious that is because Sextera will sometimes trade only 10 shares. And then that's it. That's all the trading there is. It's the goofiest stuff. I don't know what this volume is on it. AMC closed at $14.91. It's now $14.94, up 4, or up 3, I guess. Robinhood closed at $13.91. It's at $13.94, up 3 cents. Other stock here. Apple up 33 cents to $171.99. Goldman at $368.99, up 84 cents. Cisco 55.49, up 32 cents. Of course, these are after-hour quotes now. This has nothing to do with the opening tomorrow morning. We have to go through until 8 o'clock Eastern tonight for aftermarket. Then we open tomorrow morning in the pre-market for like 4 hours before we start trading. Then we see what we're really talking about, because that's what the options trade on, is the actual price of the stock on the open market. So join me for that tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to say my goodbyes and say thank you for joining Uncle Bruce for another fun day on the open markets. I hope you have a pleasant evening and stay healthy for me. Hope you had fun today making money. We only gained 1.3 points on the Dow, but some of you people made money today. And I commend you, and let's do it again tomorrow. So join me tomorrow morning if you're a gold member right here. Become a gold member right now. Upgrade your membership to gold. Become a gold member right this second. And you will get an alert tomorrow morning before the market opens, before I even start opening my show at 8:30. You'll get an alert about your own special alert show with directions as to what you should be looking at doing tomorrow. Don't forget, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Prime Time with Uncle Bruce, just for gold members. That's an exclusive show. Prime Time Wednesday nights, just for gold members. We go over whatever you want to talk about. Okay, so join me tomorrow. And thank you all for joining me today. Let's see how well you do with the markets tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening in the meantime. Thank you for all your support and your kind words and subscriptions and everything else. We love you. And stay well, be well, and let's get richer tomorrow. Okay, guys? Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye for now.